Finally, we are going to show a banner ad, and now you will see how easy it is to use it with Smart AdMob. Welcome back to the course. In this lesson, we are finally going to show a banner ad. But before we do that, let's set up some constants. So go ahead and let me just stop this from running and select Smart AdMob constants. Okay. And here you will see that there are some constants for you to set up. Some of them are optional, and this first one is AdMob my device UUID. So Google and AdMob wants you to test the banner ads and the interstitial ads, well, all of the ads in testing mode. So for this, you need to add your device's UUID. And this can be found if you launch iTunes Connect. So go ahead and connect your device and then launch iTunes Connect, iTunes. And here you will see this serial number. And if you click on it, it will change for the UUID. Then right click on it and copy it out, and of course go back to Xcode and paste it in here. Okay, inside these quotes. Okay, I will not do this because I have already tested it on my iPhone and it works quite well. Next up, you need to add your application ID. Now let's go back to Google Chrome, to AdMob, and find our application ID. I bet you already know by now where it is, but let's find it again. Okay, go to Apps, Learn, View All Apps, and under Learn Smart AdMob, click on this little button to copy it into the clipboard, and then let's go back to Xcode and just paste it in here. And as you can see, it is required. Now, we have created a banner ad unit ID, an interstitial one, and the reward-based video ad unit ID. So let's copy and paste them into here. If you don't want to use any of them, just leave them blank. Okay, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we will add all three of them. So let's do that now. Let's select this one, select add units, and just copy them out. The banner, okay, paste in here, the interstitial one, paste it in here, and finally the reward-based video ad. Okay, great. Now let's talk about ad frequencies and how Smart AdMob, the framework, handles this ad frequencies thing. So when you set up a frequency, you set up how many times should an AdMob interstitial or reward-based video ad should be shown when a certain view controller or a scene is shown. Now this frequency, let's say it's set on your interstitial is shown on a game over scene. Now, whenever a game over scene is shown, you should show an AdMob interstitial ad. But that is not the case most of the times. So I have created the ad frequency, and if you set it, let's say to 3, then it will show once the game over scene is shown. Then the 2 times it will not show, the next 2 times the game over scene will be shown, then the ad will not be shown, and then it will be shown again. So this is the frequency, it's self-explanatory. So go ahead and set it. I will just leave it to 3 and 2 for the interstitial and the reward-based video frequency. Okay, and finally, we have a banner ad animation. If you will see later on, if you choose to animate the banner ad, then it will vibrate and it will just shake a little bit on 30 or whatever value you set here on a 30-second period. It has continuous shaking for the entire life cycle of your app. I will just change this to 5 so you may see it. Okay. Next up is to just to launch the Smart AdMob framework. So go ahead and select app-delegate and in the did finish launching with options. Let me just double check that. Yes, in the did finish launching with options, just type in smart AdMob dot shared dot launch, and you will see launch and skip first ad. What does that mean? Well, in most of the cases, when a user launches your app, you don't really want to bombard him or her with an ad interstitial. And this doesn't include the banner ad. The banner ad will always be shown. But if you choose to skip the first ad, just set this and I will skip the first ad. Let's say to true. Okay, we have launched and then skip the first ad. We will go back to this issue in the video when we talk about interstitials. Okay, next up is to show the banner ad. So go ahead and go to the view controller. And in the view did load, just type in, let me just take a look at this. Yes. Smart AdMob. Shared. And just start typing in show. And here you will see the options that you have. Well, for the banner ads, you have two options. The smart banner, show banner ad with at the position and on the view controller, of course, that will be self. And we have another one, this one, the smart with the smart AdMob banner position, the view controller, and the padding, and if it is animated, the one that I showed you, told you about with the shake gesture. Now we will choose this one, of course, and hit return. Now, just hit the dot key on the smart AdMob banner position, and all the options will appear. Now we have three ones: the bottom, the top, and the top with status bar. Now this is interesting because of the top and the bottom, you know that already. Now with the top with status bar is that it puts the banner on top, but it leaves 20 pixels for the status bar. Let's check that out, okay? Now on the view controller, that is self. And with padding, we will talk about padding in a while. So let's just leave that to 0 and animated. Yes, please. No, true. Sorry about that. Okay, and that is it. So you have launched Smart AdMob, and with one line of code, you have added a banner. Let's test it out. Build and run. And of course, you took a look at the options that we have. Okay, as you can see, we have the banner here on top, and it is shaking, vibrating or shaking on a 5-second basis forever. And it has this padding for the status bar. Okay, let's close that. Let's try the top one now. So you may see what the difference is with the top and between the top and the top with status bar option. You see, it goes beneath and it covers the status bar. Well, some apps do have status bars, some don't. You get to choose whichever you like. Okay, and now let's check out the button. Build and run again. Now I have chosen the bottom to be the last one. There it is. To talk about padding. Now, padding is the distance between the edge of your screen and your banner. Now it is set to 0. Let's test it out for, let's say, 50. As you might already guess, this will move the banner by 50 pixels up. There it is. It is not as usual as an ordinary banner, but in some cases you could need this. And of course, if we set to the top, okay, and the padding, if we set it to 20, then it is the regular top with a status bar, but let's set it to 50, let's say. And of course, you need to understand that this is from the edge. If you would select it instead of top with status bar, then after that, below that would be shown below 50 pixels. Well, you get the idea. And there it is. Nice. Great. Okay. And of course, if we don't want to use these options, then we just select the other one, show banner ad at, let's say, top with status bar on view controller and itself. Okay, let's build and run that one last time to see the top status bar on top of the screen and below the status bar. Great. That's it for banner ads. See you in the next lesson.